But we're going to move on to this next topic now. Again, it's the same stinger, but it works because it's more of the Acolyte, and it's just talking about how bad it really is. Have you seen this?
I have not.
My God.
I've not seen this. I saw just a random, just quick run through when I was looking what was going on today, but I've not read any details of this, so I don't know anything about it.
Well, I'm just more shocked by how absolutely terrible the set designers and the image. I mean, this dude, this Wookiee, since when did Wookiees wear clothes, mate? Why is he wearing clothes?
I don't know. Is that a Yeti cooler he's sitting on?
This looks like it.
That's kind of ironic if it is.
Yeah.
This is
I'm saying Yeti cooler, Yeti, Wookiee, you know.
Now, as far as the clothes, I think they're trying. See, I think that one of the earlier drawings of Chewbacca, he had some kind of costume like that because the studio was freaking out about the Wookiee not having pants. So they tried giving him like different outfits and it just didn't work out. But yeah.
They've established that they don't have.
I know, but they're just doing it now because they don't understand, Nate. They just see some old drawing and something. They're like, "Oh, we'll make it look like that," and the fans will dig it, right, Nick?
Oh yeah. It's stupid, and they shaved his head and gave him like a ponytail.
He's got a top knot, mate. He's got a top knot.
Yeah,
fucking top knot.
And then
bad.
And then the ship, this little speeder design. I mean, it looks like an insect.
Yeah,
it looks like an insect, but
it's also the colors. What's going on with all the color scheme? This looks.
I don't know. It looks cheap. It looks dumb. The design aspect of Disney Star Wars has been so bad. The only thing that's been cool to me has been the Resistance X-Wings in the sequel trilogy. I was fine with those because those were the original design of the X-Wings. So they it was kind of a callback to that. So I was fine with that. But everything else has just looked like a kindergartner came up with it. You know, Star Wars had some of the best ship and model design stuff with X-Wings, TIE Fighters, AT-ATs, you know, Scout Walkers, TIE Interceptors. I mean, all the ship designs were just badass. Everything looked cool. You know, even Luke's speeder, you know, was cool. You know, and now we get all this little dumb, small, like no design. It doesn't really make sense. It just looks cheap. Everything just looks cheap with Disney Star Wars.
Cheap and uninspired.
Yeah.
They've even given him a man bag.
Yeah. His man purse.
Terrible. There's not too much to this, really. Well, there might be for you to elaborate on, Nick. But it says this: in the Acolyte, for the first time in live action, Star Wars will bring us a lightsaber wielding Wookiee Jedi in full flow. Meet Kelnaka. I hate the names. Of Disney Star Wars. I really
it's like the ship designs. Everything just seems very cheap,
uninspired. It doesn't fit right, does it? Kelnaka.
Yeah.
Kelnaka.
Dumb.
An all-new walking carpet. Another Star Wars dream come true, says Junus Swatamo, who's the guy who, you know, did some of the Chewbacca stuff as well. Ever since I was 5 years old, I've been fantasizing about being a Jedi like every kid. When the word Jedi was first mentioned in talks for the Acolyte, I felt really excited, like a little kid who finally gets his favorite toy on his birthday. I mean, that's all nice. I'm not going to rag on him for that. And this isn't his fault either, you know. Shaping an all-new kind of Wookiee meant going back to what Sir Swatamo learned while playing Chewbacca. Peter told me right from the get-go that Chewbacca is a mime character. The audience doesn't understand what he's saying exactly, but they interpret his mannerisms and every little twitch and every little movement and roar. And from there, it was a case of using those principles to make his Acolyte character something new and different. Kelnaka, being a Jedi, That sets certain expectations to how you carry yourself in the line of duty. There are certain assumptions that can be made as to whether he lets his emotions take control of him to the extent that Chewbacca would, for example. Well, it would obviously be a no, wouldn't it? He's a Jedi. The emotions don't take control. Nick?
No, I mean, it is interesting. I mean, cool. He gets to, be a Chewbacca Jedi now. Like, all right, we've never seen that. I mean, I'm sure it's exciting for him, for the actor, playing this part. But for a Star Wars fan, an audience member, with it being in this show, like, all right, I don't really care. I just
you know why? I mean, literally the only reason they've got this character looking like this and in this show is because in the High Republic novels, there was that Wookiee on the front page.
Yeah, they had one there.
Who's called Buryaga, however the hell I say that. And look, he says, he says, I was aware of the character and talked to the High Republic writers at a convention. But guess what? He hasn't bothered to read them because no one reads them.
No one reads them.
Terrible. So he literally just went and spoke to some writers, and he goes, I also wanted to differentiate Kel Naka from Buryaga and not copy too much from those stories. Well, you're not read them, mate. Literally says you've not read them.
Yeah. And nobody else has read them, so nobody would know anyways if you copied them.
That's true. People probably think it's the same character anyway, even if they have read them, because they're so bloody stupid. What do you think? Thoughts? Because they're scraping the barrel again. And I just think as well.
That's my thoughts. Let the Wookiee win.
Terrible.
F this show. F all these characters. F all the people that were involved making it. Star Wars is so dead. It is so dead. Yeah. But I'm gonna have so much fun with the show when it comes out.
Oh yes, we are.
I'm gonna have so much fun. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. That's the only thing I'm excited about, is looking forward to seeing how bad it is. And who would have thought that would be the state that Star Wars fans are in these days? Just looking forward to trashing on how bad it can, how much worse can it actually get from where it's at right now. And we're about to find out with this Acolyte show. And then, of course, don't forget, we got Adventures in Babysitting in Space, that comes out later this I think this fall. With the Skeleton Crew. That's going to be another who cares show. But, this is the kind of content we're getting from Disney.
I can't wait. I think it's I'm gonna make so many videos about it.
Yeah,
it's gonna be so much fun. So much fun. Right. Well, anyway, let's shuffle on to another bit of Star Wars. Same stinger, because it's very apt. It is literally just more the Acolyte. It keeps saying more Acolyte, and it's true. It is more Acolyte, ladies and gents. But they've been slamming out these Empire magazine pieces. There's so many of them. And just some of this stuff, it's just bad. Like the things which they're sort of trying to push through, and how they're trying to sort of, I guess, promote it. It just looks crap. So look, it's long been a part of Star Wars mythos, but something rarely depicted in live action. Go back before Order 66 and the events of the prequels, and the galaxy was once flooded with Jedi. The sight of lightsaber wielding moving en masse was a major moment at the end of Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. But given that Palpatine and a nascent Vader bumped all the other Jedi off shortly after, It's rarely been seen again. The Acolyte, though, is set to deliver exactly that. The new Star Wars series, from an original idea by Russian doll creator Leslie the Forehead Headland, is set 100 years before the Phantom Menace and at the end of the largely peaceful High Republic era, and it's a time simply stacked with Jedi. Are you convinced yet, Nick? Are you convinced yet, Tom? Do you want to watch this?
Nope, because there shouldn't be any Sith at this time. And this show's already canon breaking. It hasn't even come out yet. It's already canon breaking, but, you know, whatever. Who cares about lore, canon, and Star Wars? Just, you know, just do whatever.
It says, it in itself begs a bigger overarching Star Wars question. If the Jedi were once flourishing and all-powerful, how did they let it slip so badly by the time of the Skywanker saga, when Darth Sidious violently takes over? That's part of the big picture at play in The Acolyte. I was very interested in how did the Jedi get to where they are in The Phantom Menace, Headland tells Empire, in our world exclusive cover feature. You're definitely getting a sense that, with the Jedi, the writing may be on the wall. Right.
That they're going down, I guess. The writing's on the wall that they're going to fall.
Remember there was not going to be a war in this? Do you remember them saying that on the...
Yeah, no guns, no war.
Yeah. Well, they say this, that this is their war. With the Jedi firmly in charge, the Acolyte's early flickers of a looming dark side threat offers a new kind of Star Wars dynamic. The quote-unquote war of this Star Wars is a much smaller, more personal one, notes Headland. The war between people, the war between characters. So it's not Star Wars, then, is it? It's not
No.
stars.
It's people wars.
The stars. Social justice warriors, perhaps, would probably be more apt.
Yeah.
Those people include Lee Jung-Jai's Jedi Master Sol, who's apparently massively respected and incredibly powerful, per Headland. His Padawan, Daphne Keen's Jecki. She wants to be perfect for him, Keen says.
Isn't that her wife, Leslie Headland's wife? Isn't that character played by Leslie Headland's wife?
No, Daphne Keen's like a 19-year-old.
Oh, is she? I know her wife plays one of the characters in this show.
I don't know. Well, was it Charlie Barnett's Jedi Knight Yord? He's kind of a jerk. He's a little bit of a goofy two shoes, says Barnett. The Jedi Wookie, another Star Wars dream come true. Seen that one already. Not to mention Carrie-Anne Moss as the combat-ready master in Dara, and Rebecca Henderson as an older incarnation. Maybe Rebecca Henderson, I guess.
Yeah, maybe that might be her. I think so. I think that is her.
As a fan favorite, of the High Republic. There's so many fans of the High Republic, don't you know?
Yeah.
And together they'll be pulled into a mystery of murdered Jedi and rising darkness. It's one story with several reveals and new clues and new information each episode, Headland says. So it's just like a normal series then, basically. That's how normal series works. It's not just a mystery that you have to find out. It's not unlike Russian Doll. It's almost like a spiral. It digs deeper and deeper and deeper. Literally just like any show I've ever watched.
Yep.
Any show does that. With an overarching narrative for the whole show. It's every single show.
Yeah, and you just keep finding out more and more and more. Like that seems that's pretty normal.
Yeah. Well, it's going to get even more intriguing and gripping, she says, because of that detective genre. It's going to keep you on the edge of your toes, wanting to guess. Will it be a Return of the Jedi or Revenge of the Sith? Start lining up those suspects. This is crap. What do you think? I've got nothing else really to say on this.
Hey.
I just hate it so much.
Sounds like it's Clue in space. Who did it? This Jedi on this planet with the candlestick. I mean, what is going on here? This is so dumb. Again, I don't know what else to add to this. I mean, the show's going to be complete garbage. I don't even know anybody who's really, even the shills aren't really, I don't even hear them really being excited for this.
No, literally no one.
But it is going to be fun to review. I highly suggest everybody out there don't watch it. Just watch our reviews of it. It will not be worth your time. I can promise you right now. And I've not even seen it. And I can tell you it's not going to be worth your time.
Well, I can guarantee that the reviews will be worth your time.
Yeah. The reviews will for sure, because they are going to be freaking hilarious.
Yeah. And we'll review it here as well, I'm sure. Tom, you got anything to add to this, buddy? Or you're busy editing?
I don't have much else to say.
All right.
I was waiting for the I like turtles.
I tried hitting it, but my soundboard's not working.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did too. I'm sitting here going,
I like turtles.
And it's fine. Now it works, jerk.
Well, Tom Workin says Star Wars was a really, really basic story. So I think it was traditional, like
the thing is, I like the concept of diving into the Sith and all that. This should have taken place 2,000 years before the prequels. That far back. And had people involved in the show that know the lore and the backstory of the Sith and can tell that story properly. Not this broad who doesn't know jack squat, Harvey Weinstein's ex-assistant and her wife and all the people that she hired that knew nothing about Star Wars. So the concept is cool. I like the concept, but this is a complete failure of that concept, is what the Acolyte's going to be.
I think it's also because they just tried to shoehorn it all in to this High Republic crap. They tried to create something new, but they should have just gone into the future. So bloody idiots.
Yeah,
absolute idiots. Jay Spooky Review uses his membership super chat and says Star Wars has been unwatchable since Return of the Jedi. Who's watching this crap? I think we've answered that. Like no one, literally no one. And the viewership will tank. The viewership will be so bad for this. Guarantee it. Absolutely guarantee it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the numbers of this, which we'll never know the true numbers, but we'll get a good idea from the Samba TV ratings and the Nielsen ratings. So I'm looking forward to that, to the rating drops, and I think it's gonna they're doing the first 2 episodes of this in June, right?
Yeah, in one go.
First 2.
Yeah, first 2 episodes in one go. It's gonna be very funny.
Yeah.
It's gonna be very, very funny.